Hello everyone, this is Jason, the teacher, and today we are going to talk about the Illuminati. Now, for those of you that don't know what Illuminati means, it is actually the plural word of the Latin word illuminatus, meaning enlightened. Historically, the name refers to the Bavarian Illuminati, an Enlightenment era secret society founded on May 1st, 1776. In more modern context, the name refers to a purported conspiratorial organization which is alleged to mastermind events and control world affairs through governments and corporations to establish a new world order. In this context, the Illuminati are usually represented as a modern version or continuation of the Bavarian Illuminati. Now, the history of it is that it was founded on May 1st, 1776 in Upper Bavaria as the Order of the Illuminati, with an initial membership of 5 by Jesuit taught Adam Weishaupt. I don't know who that was. Who was the first lay professor of canon law at the University of Ingolstadt. It was made up of free thinkers as an offshoot for the Enlightenment and seems to have been modeled on the Freemasons. The Illuminati's members took a vow of secrecy and pledged obedience to their superiors. Members were divided into 3 main classes, each with several degrees, and many Illuminati chapters drew membership from existing Masonic lodges. Originally, Weishaupt had planned the order to be named the Perfectibilists. The group has also been called the Bavarian Illuminati, and its ideology has been called Illuminism. Many influential intellectuals and progressive politicians counted themselves as members, including Ferdinand of Brunswick and the diplomat Xavier von Zwack, in the second in command of the order. The order had branches in most European countries. It reportedly had around 2,000 members over the span of 10 years. It attracted literary men such as Johann Wolfgang von Goethe and Johann Gottfried Herder and the reigning dukes of Gotha and Weimar. In 1777, Karl Theodor became ruler of Bavaria. He was a proponent of Enlightenment despotism, and his government banned all secret societies, including the Illuminati. Internal rupture and panic over succession preceded its downfall, which was affected by the secular edict made by the Bavarian government. The March 2nd, 1785 edict seems to have been a death blow to the Illuminati in Bavaria. Weishaupt had fled, and the documents and internal correspondences seized in 1786 and 1787 were subsequently published by the government in 1787. Von Zwack's home was searched to disclose much of the group's literature. In addition to the supposed shadowy and secret organization, several modern fraternal groups claim to be the heirs of the Bavarian Illuminati and have openly used the name Illuminati in founding their own rights. Some, such as the multiple groups that call themselves by some variation on the Illuminati Order, use the name directly in the name of their organization, while others, such as the Ordo Templi Orientis, use the name as a grade of initiation within their organization. Okay. Now, it was actually just a group of people that wanted to share ideas and stuff originally. but then they came up with a way to control the world, and they've been able to do this by using television. Right when it was invented, they already implemented a way to use subliminal messaging and have mind control experiments by using the media, the movie industry, commercials, TV shows, and infomercials. They can project, and they use them to project all the symbolisms that connect to the Illuminati, as well as transmitting signals to the brain that keeps the viewer in a semi-hypnotic state and kind of glued to the TV or even the internet in some cases. They also control all the digital information from computers, cell phones, cars, iPods, and anything else that has GPS on it or transmits any information like phone calls, text messages, internet searches, and chat rooms. All this information is stored in a database at the NSA. Just about everything you do and everywhere you go is recorded, and they can trace your every move using the technology. So if you're using technology, you're actually submitting yourself into a contract of being recorded. And by using this database, they're able to locate they're able to trace trends. They can find out what your work schedule is, what your eating habits are, because when you go to the store, you pay for the groceries. It shows up on the receipt. It doesn't matter if you pay cash or not. Even if you pay cash, you're on camera. There's a camera at every register, at every store, and whatever the time stamp is on the receipt, all they got to do is go to the camera feed at that time, and they can see you on camera purchasing those items. This is how easy it is to track people. Same thing with cell phones. If there's messages being sent to one another about killing somebody or anything, any illegal activity going on, all they got to do is search the database, and they can find out what text messages you sent at what time and what date. And it is kind of scary that they have the power to do that. They can also do this with conversations. Now, right now they're saying they're lying to everybody when they say that they are abiding to the Privacy Act, which is not true, because if they were abiding to a Privacy Act, we wouldn't really have cameras, and we wouldn't have stuff to, and it's for security reasons. So this is why they have cameras and they record all this information, because there are people that break the law, and that's the only time that they actually go into the database. I mean, it's not that you're being watched. You're being watched by a machine. The machine isn't gonna catch you right on the spot doing something. It's not gonna know that you're doing something wrong or right. All it's doing is recording the information. Now, what we should be nervous about is that they can access that information at any time, because it's recorded and it stays in the memory of the database at the NSA. But I mean, and they also have psychic projects going on where they use psychics to do remote viewing, which is probably the most advanced type of technology that we have. But they're using remote viewing to spy on other people and obtain information from other countries and things like that. Now, the conspiracy for world takeover is as old as man himself. I'm reading off this site here that describes their agendas and a brief description of their plan to take over the world. The Illuminati in recent history has twice tried to control the world, in Napoleon's day and during World War I. Only about 5,000 people in the entire world know the true purpose of the Illuminati and its conspiracy to rule the earth. Their plan was written down in code as a fictional novel in 1957. Now, see, they use codes all the time. They use, I mean, now, during these times, they use codes in TV and media for, and they call it the elite language. And the elite language is usually, say I'm gonna try to send you a message to get me coffee. Alright? I'm gonna send you a message to go buy coffee. So what they'll do is they'll project a commercial about Folgers coffee, right? Now, while they're doing this commercial, they transmit a signal to your brain, which is actually a suggestive signal to make you want to get that coffee, to want that coffee. But if you don't like coffee, they already know that you don't like coffee, so they're not going to show you commercials that pertain to things that you're not interested in. It always projects things that you're interested in, and it goes by the trends that you take in your daily life, because all that information is being recorded. There are people reviewing that information, trying to decipher what your patterns are. And but anyways, let me get back to reading this. In the mid-1950s, Felipe Rothschild ordered one of his mistresses, Ayn Rand, an established authoress and philosopher, to undertake the writing of this code to the witches of the world. This novel, Atlas Shrugged, was never intended to be a bestseller, although it turned out to be one. The main characters of Atlas Shrugged, Atlas Shrugged, that's the name of the book if you want to check it out, are code names for individuals or companies. The code is as follows. John Galt is Felipe Rothschild. Dagny Taggart is Ayn Rand. Dagny's brother is the Combined Railroad System. Ellis Wyatt is David Rockefeller. Hank Reardon is the U.S. Steel, Bethlehem Steel. It represents U.S. Steel. Francisco D'Anconia, Combined Copper Mines. This is the Combined Copper Mine. Galt, D'Anconia, and the pirate is the Rothschild Tribunal. The tribunal in the book went around convincing certain major corporation presidents of their philosophy and plan, getting them to bankrupt their own businesses. The owners of these companies would then vanish and leave with either Galt or D'Anconia to a retreat area in the Colorado mountain regions. Colorado is the code name for the Bermuda Triangle, the place where the key figures of the Illuminati will be when the world crashes. There are 6 areas of society in which the Illuminati tends to rule: religious areas, political area, economic area, educational area, the military area, and the social area, which is all the media stuff I was just talking about earlier. And you know, this is weird. This is so weird. It says to retreat in the area of the Colorado mountain regions. Colorado is the code name for the Bermuda Triangle. That's so strange because, I mean, personally, and I'm talking about my life, there's been so many signals that I've been getting pointing in the direction of Colorado. Colorado this, Colorado that. I keep hearing about Colorado, and I'm just now reading it for the first time right now. On here, Colorado pops up as a code name for Bermuda Triangle. That is so weird. And I've been getting information about, and I've been thinking about moving to Colorado as well. Like, once I get done with court and everything here, I was gonna plan on moving to Colorado because they legalized marijuana, and that's what I like the most, the marijuana. And I'm thinking about moving to Colorado. It seems like the place to be right now. It's funny because all the Indian tribes point to that location. everything points to Colorado for some reason. And I'm in Florida, you know? I'm closer to the Bermuda Triangle than Colorado is, but if it's a code name for Bermuda Triangle, I might have another triangle over there as well. I don't know. Anyways, on August 1st, 1972, Felipe Rothschild sent some papers to a meeting of the Council of 13 by state courier to San Antonio, Texas. Besides the usual payoff notes and progress reports, the papers included a projected takeover plan. It read as follows. 1. Remove the president and vice president. 2. Republican successor throws election to Democratic. 3. Democratic president gets following laws enacted. 3A. Federal gun law taking weapons away from citizens. B. Removal of tax exemption from churches. This is House Bill 41. Removal of tax exemption from churches. That's what I said. Genocide Act. Making it a crime equal to murder to convert a person from one religion or faith to another. Wow. D. Presidential Martial Law Act. This allows the president in time of national emergency to suspend the Constitution, Congress, and the economic system. The president, in essence, becomes the dictator of America. And I think we need a dictator in America because we need someone who knows what the people want and will do anything that the people want them to do, which would make it a lot easier to clean up our government. They're actually on the right track, kind of. It looks like. E. Anti-Hoarding Act. This makes it a felony to have more than 30 days supply of food, fuel, or medicine stored up at one time. F. Anti-Business Acts, Equalization of Opportunity Act, Fair Share Law Directive number 10-289. President Carter was able to get some of these laws enacted before leaving office. Plans for America. Make every person totally dependent of the government by 1. Creating a pseudo-fuel shortage and food shortage. 2. Confiscate all guns. 3. Calling for helter-skelter. All trucks, trains, planes, and ships except military will stop. An army of some 200,000 white prisoners and motorcycle gang members will create mass insanity in the streets by bombing church buildings, raping, murdering, and other fear tactics. Wow, that's not good. See, I thought it was good, now it's going bad. Creating a fuel shortage and food shortage, that's not cool. 4. Declaring martial law. Activate the National Guard to keep order after the public cries out for any kind of help. There will be 1 policeman to every 5 people. Once this national emergency is declared, it will never be canceled. All countries except America will be sent against Israel for oil. The use of neutron bombs allows destruction of people while leaving all buildings, natural resources, and croplands intact. Wow. When the war is over, the world is to be ruled from Jerusalem. In addition, 90% of the population of the U.S. supposedly is to die in the first half hour of World War III. 3,000 missiles are to hit the U.S. within the first hour. Most industrial cities are to be destroyed. Russian missiles placed in major U.S. lakes, rivers, up to 10 nuclear warheads missiles put there with American government knowledge and approval. To date, approximately 90% of the conspiracy plan has been fulfilled on schedule. Wow, that's weird. And it's funny because they are doing that right now. They're trying to create that fuel shortage. which is probably not real. We probably still have tons of fuel left, and they're the ones hoarding it. And then here comes, and then we've got the federal gun law taking weapons away from citizens. They're already doing that. They're already doing that. Removal of tax exemption from churches. I think they've already got that done. They named down the House Bill 41. Now I'm waiting to see what the Genocide Act is about. Making a crime equal to murder to convert a person from one religion to another. That's weird. Anyways, that's what I got for the Illuminati. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the message. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and start on the Freemasons, which will be my next video. So stay tuned, and remember now, don't be mean, play nice.